Among the Southeast Asian economies, Bangladesh is touted as a rising star. On 26 March 1971, the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, declared Bangladesh as an independent nation. Its economy grew by above 7% on an average over the last few years and is set to continue growing by 8% in the years to come. Other important indicators of the economy like per capita income, remittance inflow, foreign exchange reserve, employment generation are also increasing significantly. The ongoing mega projects are almost at the final stage. Bangladesh is now considered to be one of the most attractive destinations for investment in the region. Investment Corporation of Bangladesh (ICB), the only state-owned investment bank. Investment Corporation of Bangladesh (ICB) was established through the enactment of an ordinance in 1976. An amendment was made in 2000 and the following three subsidiaries were formed: ICB Capital Management Limited (ICML), ICB Asset Management Company Limited (IAMCL), ICB Securities Trading Company Limited (ISTCL). At present, the corporation operates under the Investment Corporation of Bangladesh Act 2014. ICB's vision is to be the leading, responsible, innovative and environment-friendly financial organization which endeavors to contribute and share the rewards of our growing economy. And its mission is to transform ICB into a responsible institution, a financial architect, an innovative solution provider, and performance leader through capital market exploration.
Since 1976, the Investment Corporation of Bangladesh (ICB) has been a catalyst in fostering rapid economic growth. The domestic economy grew by above 7% on an average over the last few years and is set to continue growing by 8% in the years to come. It has already surpassed other Southeast Asian countries in a number of fundamental economic and development indicators. This is due to decades of hard work and investments by a number of institutions. Mentionable among them are the Investment Corporation of Bangladesh (ICB), which was established as a public sector investment bank tasked with encouraging private enterprise and investment, with investment-driving institutional support to meet the equity gap of industry and entrepreneurs in Bangladesh. From the very inception of its establishment, ICB has made every effort to develop and stabilize the securities market through its active participation in both supply of and demand for securities for the capital market. It is continually introducing new products and services, targeting the growth areas of macroeconomy and aligning its business strategies with the current needs of the economy at large. I would like to remember the greatest Bengali of all time and the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who is the architect of the independence of Bangladesh. With great esteem, I also remember the 3 millions of martyrs, intellectuals and war heroines whose sacrifice helped us to bring the glorious flag of independent Bangladesh.
We are on the threshold of the Government Vision 2021 and the mega projects are almost at the final stage. The economic growth rate is also expected to accelerate in the post-pandemic situations, and Bangladesh is now considered one of the most attractive destinations for investment in the region. Bangladesh in this 21st century proclaims 50 years of its independence, and I therefore, as an indebted Bengali, commemorate the greatest Bengali of 1,000 years, the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. I would also like to mention that the distinguished political prudence, indomitable courage, and far-sighted vision of the Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Jananati Sheikh Hasina, made these achievements possible. With the present Commission of Bangladesh Securities and Exchange Commission, there is renewed hope in further development of the capital market. During 45 years of operation, ICB has come forward as a responsible and trustworthy public sector institution that focuses on the fulfillment of country's priorities, objectives, and delivery of a beneficial outcome in the public interest. ICB is now perfectly positioned to move forward to the international arena to create a benchmark through issuance of a cross-border bond.
Mandates of ICB are to encourage and broaden the base of investments, to develop the capital market, to mobilize savings, and to provide for matters ancillary thereto. This is the shareholding position of ICB, where we can see that the government and government-owned institutions hold majority of the stakes. Dr. Mohammad Kismatul Ahsan, Professor, Department of Finance, University of Dhaka, is the chairman of the board, and Mr. Mohammad Abul Hussain is the managing director. ICB has the most efficient and high-profile board of directors, consisting of professionals from the state-owned banks and representatives from the government and central bank. In its successful journey of 45 years, ICB has received numerous awards in the domestic and international arena as recognition of its contribution to the economy of Bangladesh. ICB won the Best Presented Annual Report Award in 2020. ICB is one of the top tax-paying institutions among the public sector entities in Bangladesh. It received the Memento of Tax Card awarded by the National Board of Revenue in 2018 and 2019. The key financial ratios displayed here express the financial strength of ICB. The domestic credit rating also recognizes its strength. ICB added value to the stakeholders in development of the capital market, employment creation, formation of capital, providing support to the capital market, and contribution to the collection of government revenue. Products and services of ICB are activities in capital market segment, activities in money market segment, acting as a government agent, private equity, placement of shares, project financing through preference shares, bridge finance, advance against equity, debenture and bond, lease finance, ICB unit fund, advance against ICB mutual fund certificates, issue management, underwriting, trustee, custodian, portfolio management, stock market operation through buying and selling of securities, margin loan accounts, merger and acquisition, corporate financial advice, fixed deposit receipt FDR, term deposit receipt TDR, call loan overnight, issuing bank guarantee, agent for divestment of government-owned shares, IPO of state-owned equity, share offloading by direct listing, direct selling of government shares in the stock market, advisory service, managing equity and entrepreneurship fund EEF, entrepreneurship support fund ESF, special scheme for affected small investors. This is the scenario of project financing. Total commitment made by ICB up to June 30, 2020 stood at 66,478.8 million taka in 687 projects, out of which 27,355.5 million taka was disbursed against 446 projects in various sectors, among which engineering, pharmaceuticals, ICT, fuel and power, infrastructure, and textile are mentionable. ICB is the pioneer of mutual fund in Bangladesh. On April 25, 1980, ICB launched the country's first mutual fund. A total capital of 177.5 million taka was raised for 8 mutual funds, against which ICB paid a total of 2,468.3 million taka as dividend. ICB is the only institution that paid 1,000% dividend. ICB holds 49% of market share in the mutual fund industry of Bangladesh out of 51 asset management companies. ICB is also the pioneer in floating open-ended mutual fund in Bangladesh. ICB Unit Fund is the largest open-ended mutual fund in Bangladesh. Its present market value is 53,526.8 million taka. The fund has been declaring attractive dividends since its inception. Providing services as a trustee is also a major function of the ICB. It occupies 53% of the market share. ICB also provides custodial services. It holds 62% of the market share. The market share of ICB regarding trustee and custodian activities reveals the confidence on ICB of all the stakeholders, including the investors. To facilitate the divestment program of the government, ICB acts as an agent for offloading government shares under direct listing. To facilitate the divestment program of the government, ICB acts as an agent for offloading government shares through direct selling in the secondary market. As desired by the Honorable Prime Minister, the government declared a 9,000 million taka fund named Special Scheme for Affected Small Investors in 2013 for compensating the affected investors. The fund is being used in a revolving nature presently. ICB has been managing the fund successfully. ICB has been managing another important scheme of the government, namely the Equity and Entrepreneurship Fund (EEF) since 2000, which is virtually a venture capital financing scheme. A total of 16,090 million taka has been disbursed in 1,028 projects. Under this scheme, around 12,000 entrepreneurs have been developed. Around 60,000 employment has been created so far under the scheme. ICB, in its long journey, has tried relentlessly to establish a stable and vibrant capital market. ICB played an important role in establishing a central depository, a large mutual fund, namely Bangladesh Fund, demutualization of exchanges and special scheme for affected small investors for the development of the capital market. The turnover of ICB in the stock exchanges in the last 10 years represents the leading position among 453 TREC holders in both the bourses of Bangladesh. ICB is one of the fastest growing organizations of the country as a going concern in its 45 years of existence. It has many important achievements which are unique and unparalleled among the public sector institutions in Bangladesh. Total assets value of ICB for the last 10 fiscal years shows its persistent growth over the years. ICB never incurred any loss since its inception. The income and net profit of ICB for the last 10 years also grew at a reasonable pace. ICB always declares dividends at a reasonable rate for its investors. The investment portfolio in marketable securities of ICB also took a healthy shape over the years. It is a matter of great satisfaction that ICB has made a substantial contribution in favor of the government in the form of tax, VAT, and dividends. ICB is now perfectly positioned to move forward to the international arena to create a benchmark through issuance of a cross-border bond amounting to $300 million. The probable use of proceeds of the bond may include government thrust projects, investment in infrastructural development, investment in marketable securities, and repayment of high-cost borrowings.